I love Ian Poulter.
It was from the guys that watched lottery going, you could win a Rolex if you're picked from 1 million people.
Oh, mate, do you want to take that? Because that's pretty good odds.
The only golf course you've ever been where the driving range is also on the course. I cannot get over that.
When someone says to Pulse, why are you going to live?
Heat that pool.
Mate, I've got 6 infinity pools. Gas prices, I need to go live.
Oh, well. Well. Never thought this would happen. Did we?
I doubted.
Oh, I doubted until last week.
I thought you were a fair weather podcaster. You know, going in, gets a bit muddy out on the old podcast links, and off we go. It's not going to happen again. But look, what's happened?
Welcome back to another episode of your favourite golf podcast. It's Golf is Ruining My Life.
Wow.
This is the thing, listener, is it really is behind the microphone. It's all change.
A lot has changed. You're wearing a cap. I haven't seen you wearing a cap on pod for a while.
Yeah, I'm wearing a cap.
That's a big change straight up.
I mean, the major change is right now this whole thing is getting filmed.
We're in the same room together.
Yes.
We're being filmed.
Yes.
We're at a fabulous place called Pitch in central London. Slap bang in Soho. There's one by Liverpool Street as well.
Yeah, we love Pitch. Thanks, guys, for giving us this.
It's great if you don't like weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, with the wind and the rain and the mud and the other golfers.
I hate them guys.
I think actually sometimes what it's fun to do here at Pitch is to run down the middle when people are all in their bays and just go far left, just so people feel
like, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have a snarky white man have a go at you. Oh, it's like we're playing golf again. It's brilliant.
As a job that you do here at Pitch.
Yeah.
You just go in and be a member and say to people, sorry, you can't take your trolley onto that part of Pitch. Can you not do that?
You really got that in your head after that happened to you, right?
This is back on Series 1 of Golf is Ruining My Life.
Yeah.
And, you know, listen, it worked because I'm very careful where I take my trolley when I'm out on the course now. Mm-hmm. That is the thing. And you will always get trolley police. Every golf course has got trolley police. And at this time of year, this is where they really come into their own.
Yes. So I feel like I really want to set up where we're at before we get going because it's a pleasure to be back for Series 3. It's been a long time we've been away. We went away just before Christmas and said we'll be back soon. Turned out soon was 4 months.
Well, I think geologically soon.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of formations of mountains, pretty quick.
Oh, you're real quick in that sense.
In terms of real life, it was quite a while.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I believe it's called fannying about.
So we're back for Series 3. We have got the guys from Pitch on board, the guys from Cobra Puma are back on board, and we are going all out for this next season. So we're basically going to be here now until the end of summer. That was my laptop. Let me turn my laptop off.
That was an email from Cobra Puma saying, Tom, can you try our new wedge, please?
It was from the guys that watched lottery going, you could win a Rolex if you're picked from 1 million people.
Oh, mate, do you want to take that? Because that's pretty good odds.
Yeah, it's actually better than what I got from Minwoo Lee.
Oh, don't get him started on Minwoo Lee.
So we're going to be here for the whole golf season.
Yep.
We're here thanks to Pitch. We're here thanks to the guys at Cobra Puma.
Thanks to us as well, mainly. It's really thanks to you and me, Tom, that we're here.
That's right. That's true. We've got our socials are now a thing.
Yes.
So we've launched a YouTube channel. So if you like what you hear, you can then go and watch what you hear.
What you could do, Tom, is play the podcast on your device and then put YouTube on with the sound down. And then you can listen to the podcast while watching it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or you could just watch YouTube and not listen to the podcast.
I would do both for reasons of I get more money.
It's all about our income, basically.
Yeah.
So just watch all of them.
AdSense-wise, YouTube's better, I think.
Also, do us a favour. This is a new little bit of digital terrorism that I've started doing with my various podcasts, right? If you get to a stage where everyone nearby is at work, all your neighbours have gone back to work, right? Just open the letterbox, right? Alexa, play the podcast Golf is Ruining My Life. And off you go into town, go about your day.
And we get all the clicks.
And then they're just playing. And then people will come home. And it's a good, fun thing to do. People come home and then, why is there a podcast?
Yeah.
And then they listen.
And I like it.
I mean, I don't even like golf, but I like these guys.
Yeah, that's clever, man.
You've got to get the word out there.
That's really clever. If you can hear a little bit of noise in the background, I mean, Pitch is live right now, so people are hitting golf shots yards away from us.
We are recording this at lunchtime, and what I've enjoyed about coming to Pitch at lunchtime is how many people are here playing golf at lunch, which is great because we're in the middle of the city. You know, to be fair, there aren't many golf courses in Zone 0.
Yeah.
And everyone's come here in a kind of, it's got a sort of support group vibe to it. We're all addicts, and we're all just hitting golf balls. And when we arrived as well, and there's a lot of setting up going on, and there's the bay just over there, the booth where you can go and hit golf balls. I would sort of plug one thing in, then I'd hit a golf ball.
Yeah.
Then I'd plug another thing in. then I'd hit another
The
golf.
more you think about it, golf is very similar to Class A drugs. Like if we were here on a Thursday night, you'd be like, guys, oh, you're golfing on a Friday, you're golfing, and then you come on you're golfing on a Monday morning.
Is everything okay at home?
Go and speak to someone about that.
What are you doing?
It's like my crack addiction.
Yeah.
When I started doing it on a Monday, that I thought, I probably want to start.
Well, that's the other reason we've had a bit of time off, just for you to get through the crack thing. And I'm so glad you have.
I'm a bit sketchy, but I'm fine.
Do listen to his other podcast, Crack is Ruining My Life. So we are at the beginning.
Someone started doing a bit of comedy again, haven't they? Look at that.
Very punchy.
That was nice.
I'm very quick. Very quick. So here's the other thing as well, that the sort of elephant in the room with our golf at the moment is that I have played hard over the winter. I have had trench foot on one occasion. I have had lessons. I have lost countless golf balls. Tom Green, tell us about your golf over the winter.
I ain't played golf. Basically don't play golf anymore. I just gym. I'm a gym guy now. I know I hate it. I really hate it. It's funny, like I said to someone the other day, probably 2 years ago, I fully winter golfed. So
with me?
With you.
Yeah. The winter of content, as we like to call it.
So I was out there playing all the time. I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And this year, I've sort of done what I think a lot of people do.
Given up.
Given up, yeah. Golf's still really in my life. Like, I still watch loads. I still do a load of stuff on YouTube. I listen to golf podcasts every week. Like, I'm more in the sport now from an understanding of, like, the PGA Tour, LIV, DP World Tour thing than I ever have been. In terms of picking up a golf club, it would feel foreign.
You're becoming an armchair golfer.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
No one likes an armchair golfer, Tom.
No, I know.
And that has got to be one of the big threads that we kick off here on Golf is Ruining My Life, right? We need to get you, Tom Green, out playing again, right? So we need to be giving you golfspiration to get back out there again. It's those little moments when you're out there, when you hole up that first birdie putt of the season, and they creep up on you. You can just be walking down a really nice fairway and you've hit a nice drive.
And you're like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, you just feel this weird content.
Mm.
And you need to get hooked up on that IV drip of golf once more.
I think watching, when this goes out, this will be quite a while ago, but watching the players at Sawgrass was a big, okay, I want to get out there and play again. Watching Full Swing on Netflix has been a big, okay, let's get a golf club in my hand and start playing.
Full Swing on Netflix has made me want to very much be a millionaire living in a castle. That's what that has done. I haven't finished the whole series yet, no spoilers. But it is they're going again. So they're out there recording it as we speak, which is an interesting thought. Every time I watch a golf tournament, part of me is already thinking, how's this going to look on Full Swing?
What they're going to do.
What are we going to see next year?
Where are you up to then? What have you seen?
The episode I've just watched is with Morikawa and who else is in the Colin Morikawa episodes? Morikawa and someone else. It's like episode 5 or 6.
Yeah, you're pretty early.
I've told you my Colin Morikawa story, haven't I?
No.
When I was at 149.
Yeah, you watched him. Yeah. At the Open.
I didn't know who he was because I wasn't. Because I think he was still pretty rookie then, right?
So that would have been his. He's one of the few players to win a major on their rookie year.
Debut, right?
So you'd have seen him when he won.
I can tell you. Yes, and I saw it was day 1. No, it wasn't day 1. It was day 2, and I was between something like the 4th and the 5th, and he was just walking. He was without his caddy.
Yeah,
he didn't have any entourage with him. None of the other players in the middle of a round, and he walked right past me, and he was really close to me, and he just looked at me and smiled and went like that. Hi, like this close to me. For the benefit of podcast listeners, we're talking like a holeable 3-foot putt.
Oh, that close?
Yeah. There was a tiny bit of rope, and he went, I went, hi, all right. And I was like, Colin Morikawa, he seems very, very friendly. And he won it. I like to think he won it because he's a fan of my previous TV work. He watched Torchwood back in the noughties.
Torchwood, yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, PC Andy's here. I'm going to win it for PC Andy.
Previous TV work implies there was more than one show.
Midsummer Murders.
Yes, sorry, you're a friend of mine.
Thank you, mate.
So it's a little bit like my episode of Hey Tracy, which I actually was edited out of. You could have missed me on that one. I'm not there a lot, and then sort of next to Frankie Bridge, I'm laughing.
That is brutal being edited out. If we were in, there must be a lot of that with Full Swing actually, because I heard an interview with the guy that made it, Chad something, and he did they did hours and hours and hours of footage. Hundreds of hours of footage, probably focusing in on players, and they've never used any of it.
Wow.
And I wonder if there are any of those players who are like, well, I had a great compelling story.
Yeah, and I got nothing.
I was telling them about my new move with my shoulder as I come through the ball.
Yeah. And that didn't make the Netflix show.
I've got a wife who slid into my DMs.
Yeah.
How was that? That for me was the highlight of Full Swing, the Brooksy Koepka story with his girlfriend and him really struggling with life.
He's a sad boy. He's a real sad boy.
Your eyes have lit up there, Tom Green.
What? How sad he was?
Yeah, he's just like.
I just couldn't believe it. Like it's bonkers to have a life like he does, playing a sport he loves. That's right. Being great at that sport, having a massive house, having a stunning wife.
Yeah.
And he was so sad
because he was the Spieth, Scotty, Rory guy for a bit, and he's not anymore, and he can't work out. The problem he's got is he can't work out why. Like I think that we all have as golfers, as amateur golfers, which unwillingly I am. I have to accept I'm going to be an amateur golfer for my life now.
Who knew, right?
Right, you know, a guy of 5. I should have gone pro by now. Anyway, but he's had this thing where he's put his head through the clouds.
Yeah, he knows what it's like.
We're all aiming for. We're all down in the drizzle. He's popped his head through the clouds and he's seen what can happen when you are the absolute top of the top. But he's had to come back down now. And he's still incredible. He's amazing. But I wonder if he's ever going to be at peace without going back up there again. And if he's on LIV, can you do that if you're not against a tough field?
I think the LIV move makes more and more sense now I've watched Full Swing. Right. Now I've seen like how he was at the PGA Tour and how he was struggling. I think if someone came along to me and said, "You've got all these worries, let me give you all this money."
See, I thought you were going to say the LIV move makes more sense now I've seen Full Swing because the upkeep on that house must be.
It must be.
It makes sense, mate. If you've got to heat that pool, go LIV.
Yeah.
That's why you do it. That's what they should just say. When someone says to Pulse, why are you going to LIV?
Heat that pool.
Mate, I've got 6 infinity pools. Gas prices, I need to go LIV.
How much did Poulter play up to it? He loves having the camera in front of him more than anyone in the world.
I love Ian Poulter. Absolutely love him.
Yeah, no, so do I.
His story's really inspiring. The fact that he was this pro he was it was like a club pro, and apparently he was off like 2 and he said, I'm going pro.
Oh, that's when he turned pro. Yeah.
Right? And everyone in the club was like, sure.
Yeah.
Good luck, Ian. All the best, Pulse. And look what he's done. An incredible career.
His book's really good. The Ian Poulter book is really good. He tells a story in the book that he has a brother who was also a golfer. Yes. And he says his brother was a far better golfer than he ever was. Mentally, in his physical ability to play golf. His brother was the one, but didn't have the work ethic. And that's Ian's whole thing. He was like, I will just outwork you. And that's how I will win.
That is like us with podcasting.
Yeah, we would just...
the work ethic, mate. That's what we need.
We have neither the skill nor the work ethic.
But how often do you hear that in other sports as well? And that's interesting, isn't it? With football especially, I'm a big Liverpool fan, and they always talk about Mo Salah is the last guy on the pitch at the end of the day. Yeah, he stays there, and he'll just stay there forever. I wonder who the golfers are who are like that. Do we have any in Pulse? You're saying is one. Who else are the guys who will be there at midnight, just going, no, I've got to get this stinger perfected or whatever it is.
Well, that's the argument leveled against, and I can't remember his name now. That's really going to. He brings his family on tour with him.
Tony.
Tony Finau.
That's who it is. It's Morikawa and Finau.
Yeah, Tony Finau's the guy who has totally got the skill, has totally got the ability.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with this, and this is no discredit to what he does.
Very important caveat there. It's fine to have a family.
He has a family. And my God, he cares about his family. Yeah. And he wants to bring his family with him. And he wants to have them there. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the question mark always was, is that why he's not winning?
Yes.
Because his eye's off the, pardon the pun, the ball.
But he's top 20, right? He's still an incredible player with quite a weird swing.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Quite a weird swing. Maybe because he's distracted by his kids, that's why he swings like that. Sort of. He has to go up here so he can check one, like his 3-year-old hasn't walked off the course. Where are you? Yeah, fine. And then that's...
Halfway through the backswing, you remember they've got school tomorrow. Oh, God.
Oh, God, there's a teacher's strike. I missed the ball.
That's what hit me. That's what hit me about Finau is I'm like, do you think he would have won way more if he was selfish and only cared about the job? Yeah, and I think the answer has to be yes.
Tom, that's what we call a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it has to be yes, doesn't it?
Mate, of course it's yes. Listen, we're getting towards the halfway point on today's episode of...
I'm so glad this is back.
Golf is Ruining My Life. It's so good to be back. This is Series 3, Episode 1. We've got all the YouTube bits and bobs up and running now, so head over to your nearest YouTube provider. Do they sell them in Smiths, the YouTubes?
Yeah, they do. Do you know what, actually, for the first time ever with this show, I'm actually across all the handles, so I can talk everyone through it.
You have got 50 seconds before ads.
Okay.
Take us through.
So our website is golfisruiningmylife.co.uk. You can email us. I opened the email account, by the way, we had emails.
Mate, after the ads, we're going to do emails.
Okay, fine. You can email us whenever you want. It's at thetoms@golfisruiningmylife.co.uk. On YouTube, we are Golf is Ruining My Life. On Instagram, we are Golf is Ruining My Life. On Twitter, I think we're Golf Ruined Life because Golf is Ruining My Life is taken. So we're pretty much everywhere.
Okay, good.
With Golf is Ruining My Life. Head to the YouTube channel. That's where videos are. And then from there, you can sort of go to all the other places.
So after the ads, we're going to do emails, okay?
Yeah.
And then I have got a quite serious confession.
Yeah, you know emails are like are normally like instant. We're treating emails a bit like letters. We come back to them after 6 months.
And we're going to print them out.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Here's some ads. Oh, welcome back to Series 3, Episode 1 of a brand new, refreshed Golf is Ruining My Life.
It is quite refreshed. I feel refreshed because I'm sipping from a nice glass of cold water here at Pitch in central London. Thank you to our friends at Pitch for putting us up. It's a great place to come and play indoor golf. If ever you fancy a bit of indoor golf, it's like golf but without the weather and walking, which you could say are two of the worst things of golf. Anyway, Tom Green.
Over to the emails.
Yes, please.
Right, okay. So we'll start with your friend and mine, Ian Morgan.
Ian Morgan?
Ian Morgan he's emailed us before.
Yeah.
But this is a new email.
Okay.
He said, "Hi.
Is this your voice for Ian Morgan? Hi. It's Ian Morgan here.
Ian Morgan.
I sell cars and children, but mainly cars."
Ian says, "Hello. Sorry for bombarding you with emails. Only a second. So not really it's not really what bombarding means, is it?"
I really hope he's never been to war.
Yeah.
Sorry about the bombardment. Yes, there's 2 shots fired.
We're being bombarded here.
That's a bombardment Ian style.
It's barely started. I have a daughter who is now showing great interest in the sport of anger management golf. Quick question. What did you, Tom, set up your son with golf club-wise?
Oh, great.
And he says, Tom, you're still my favourite. Thanks, Ian.
Oh, thanks, mate. Which Tom?
That's the joke, isn't it?
Okay. So, at least once an episode, Tom Green has to say that's the joke.
That's the joke, innit?
So when my boy got into golf, we went to the pro shop, quite simply, and then they get a big stick out and they measure them, and your kid is then colour-coded.
Like the Nemesis Inferno?
So, yeah, exactly that.
Can he ride the 7-iron?
It's very dangerous putting a 7-iron in. No, actually, a fairway wood in my son's hands is volcanic in terms of tempers. You've seen my temper in tantrums on a golf course.
Yeah.
So yeah, they give you a little stick and then you stand the kid next to it and you go, right, your green clubs or orange clubs or blue clubs or red clubs or whatever. So go into your pro shop and then they sort you out. And then the other thing which we discussed on this podcast, do you remember when we had on your friend?
Oh, James Robinson.
James Robinson came on. We talked about it then and this was brilliant
PGA
advice.
Tour Pro won the Open. Now the head of golf at Lytham St Anne's Golf Club.
Someone's got to be. That's a gig, isn't it?
Great gig.
James, can we get on Lytham?
St Anne's Old Links Golf Club.
Oh, okay, fine.
Still like one of the best golf clubs in Lytham.
There's good ones up there.
Yeah.
There's no others. There's no others in Lytham, just that one.
No, yeah, he's the head pro.
So James gave this brilliant bit of advice. And if you have got little ones starting, this is it. You don't tell them anything apart from get your back to the target. Get your back to the target and then hit some balls. And make mistakes and it'll go wrong. And then keep going.
Thomas Pitts emailed us.
Hi, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Lots of Toms.
He said, "Yo, Tom and Tom. Saw this and thought of you." And I think it's a video of a golf ball being being struck by lightning. Not great for a podcast in audio form.
It is great because you are a master of words, Tom Green. So describe what that looks like.
Twitter ain't loading.
Okay, nice.
Twitter ain't loading.
It's a nice moment for us all to imagine a ball being struck by lightning. It's a shame Thomas didn't email us next week when we've got Tom Rosenthal on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because then we could have had, hosted by Tom and Tom, our guest Tom, and then an email from Tom.
Now, this is what happens when you open an email from the 7th of August. The tweet's actually been deleted. So that's our fault. That is our fault.
We are bang up to date.
Another email.
Yeah, go on.
This is from Ashru.
Oh, yeah, Ashru. We're pals on my EG, mate. Yes.
Toms, I have just listened to this week's Golf is Ruining My Life, and I feel I need to explain my last round on my EG. Here's the bit of explanation. I was shite. Could not buy a swing to save my life. I would like to put it all down to me having a couple of cortisone injections in my left shoulder.
Cortisone, mate. A little bit of cortisone.
Yeah. I'm a right-handed golfer. The week before, but I can't because I played 13 holes a couple of days before and shot 3 over. Fine. I would also like to add this was the first round of the club champs at my club, so would never walk off, but it's safe to say I didn't make the cut. I would also like to know why Mr. Green hasn't entered a round since the 14th of January.
Yes.
Not been playing, sir. Cheers, lads. I did laugh out loud on my commute when I heard my name mentioned and knew it was coming straight for me. We love a bit of golf bants. Love the podcast.
Excellent. Thank you, Ashru.
Thanks, Ashru.
And the big question really he's asked there is where Tom Green has been and why we haven't seen any scorecards coming in from Green. When was the last time you entered a scorecard on my EG?
Oh, forever ago. This is the thing. This is quite embarrassing. I was playing golf the other day with some older guys and some they were M's dad's friends.
Yeah.
And you know it's bad when one of them was like, "Oh, mate, you should put in some cards. It'll help with the handicap." All right then. So you don't think I play off 10 anymore, do you? Is what you're saying.
That handicap is bang out of date. It's not on.
Last score I entered was on Saturday, October the 1st. 2022.
Wow. Okay. That's a while ago now, Tom Green.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we're doing. So this is what we'll do. Over the coming weeks, we will build up to Tom Green's first card of the year. And can I just say, I want to be there for your first card of the year.
Of course.
That's what we're going to do. Okay. And we will let you know when that happens and we will go and do it.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. It'll be great. And then we'll get your handicap slightly more up to date.
You know what I am doing on Wednesday, though?
Playing golf.
You know, as the old saying goes, we all know this one, don't we?
Oh, I know this one. Yeah, go on.
If you've not played since October, get a full new bag of clubs. How many times are you saying that?
I went to see my pro, Howard, the other day with my full new bag of clubs. Thank you very much to the brilliant guys at Cobra.
Yeah.
Very nice clubs. And my pro went, "Why have you done this?"
Oh, no.
Just because I've got blades. I've gone for blades for 7 through pitching wedge.
Yeah.
And he was like, "These are hard to hit. You can do it. You'll
Yeah.
get there. It's dialing back. Got to
Caveat,
go back a bit."
They're hard to hit, but not if you hit them out of the centre. Cobra clubs are great. So I feel like we should.
They're amazing.
We've only got 2 sponsors. I don't want to piss on one of them.
Otherwise, eventually
you know what's also shit? Pitch. All the money's gone.
And that's episode 1 done. Bye-bye. No, they've been amazing. The clubs are brilliant. The cavity back ones are really good as well for 4 through 6. They're brilliant.
Yeah.
But what's amazing about blades is they're really hard to hit. But when you hit them, the noise.
Yeah.
The noise. Like, I laughed. I hit an 8-iron yesterday. It made this incredible, fizzing explosive. It's like that video that does the rounds on Instagram. 3, 2, 1. Just does that incredible explosion. Yeah, it was amazing.
Right, wow. Yeah, but that's the thing with blades is you hit them right and they're unbelievable. There's nothing like them. It's a hot knife through butter. But it's the feeling of on a cold February morning, just taking it off center and the whole shaft shudders through your arm. Oh, God.
My fingers went numb. My index finger went numb for about 20 minutes after I hit a thin 8-iron.
Yeah, there's nothing worse.
It was extraordinary. So I have got a bit of confession talking about yesterday's round of golf. I said I was going to confess to you.
Yeah.
So I sent you a message yesterday. Do you remember?
About Tom's big drive?
So I'm hitting the new Aerojet, which is just incredible.
That's it. Sponsors on side.
There you go. It has been absolutely amazing. It is so easy to hit. It's really light as well. It's a really, really light club and you can get right through it. And I'm hitting it really, really well. I had a golf lesson just for how to hit a driver.
Oh, nice.
I've never had that.
Okay.
I've always hit the driver really up front, all the weight on the front and the weight.
No, way back.
Hit
up.
No one's ever told me that.
But so that is that way of hitting a driver has only come in over the last 10 years, though.
Right.
So the reason that is because for so long, the idea on tour was, if you look at the stats, on the PGA Tour, players hit down on their driver.
Yeah.
So this was sort of early 2000s, late 90s, where you would hit down on the driver, not compress it, but and it's because of spin. So if you think about it, if you lean back and hit up, you are going to create loads and loads of spin, right?
Yeah.
So your ball will fall out the air.
Yeah.
So, but now with new low spin drivers, you can do it. You can hit up, but it won't spin out of control.
Okay.
So there's been a bit of a change in thinking on how you sweep through a driver.
I love it when you explain the geek stuff to me, because when my pro was telling me that, I went, yeah, cool. Didn't really understand any of it. Now I get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've had a driving lesson. But this is the weird thing, isn't it, about when you have a golf lesson, is that you're rubbish for a bit afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't happen in normal. Like if I have a driving lesson.
Imagine if you got
worse. But exactly, you're going to have a driving lesson to drive a car. You have a crash 2 days later. Oh, sorry, guys, I had a lesson a couple of days ago.
That's what happens.
That's what happens. But in golf, you get a lesson, you go crap for a bit. And then it comes back, and then it's been amazing. So I hit this amazing driver with the Aerojet, and I hit it 308 yards.
That's insane.
And I sent you a picture, didn't I?
Mm.
It was a practice ball, mate. It was a range ball. It wasn't my ball.
Oh, that wasn't even real?
I didn't realise until I got to the ball. So the picture I sent you was as I walked towards it, and I was like, yeah, that's got to be me there. Look at that, middle of the fairway, amazing. Went up to it, and there's a big red line going to the middle of it.
Cheers, Muswell Hill. Cheers, guys. The only golf course you've ever been where the driving range is also on the course. I cannot get over that. So I will never get over that.
It was so annoying. They might as well just put cafe picnic tables around the course. Yeah, it's a cafe as well. So
is that your ball?
No, my ball was just to the left of that. You can't quite see it on the photo. But my drive was still nice, like 260 or something. Very nice. Thanks for coming. But it wasn't 300 yards.
So here's an interesting one.
But I didn't update you. I didn't send you a message.
No, you just left it out there. I'd have believed that as well.
It was good.
I've been listening to a lot of game improvement podcasts and YouTube videos and stuff recently.
Excellent. Okay.
And they were saying this seems to be the going idea, that although getting distance and getting speed and speed training is really important for a certain type of player, right?
A good one.
Yeah. And when you say good, from my understanding, neither me nor you would fall into that category.
Rude.
Sorry. So I do think there's a lot of truth in this. This guy was saying basically anyone up to about +2, all they try and do is make the game of golf boring for you. They just want your golf to be boring. There's no point thinking about trying to go longer. There's no point trying to think about anything like that. Yeah. It's just make the game more boring. There's an incredible stat. This is an incredible stat. Okay. Between a scratch golfer and an 18 handicap golfer, how many more birdies does the scratch golfer get over the 18?
Oh, it's not that much, is it? It's not. It's like, but hang on, how many more? What do you mean, like 10? Is it a percentage? What's the number you're looking for?
No, it's not a full number, but it's a number. But it's not a percentage, sorry. So number of birdies per round.
Oh, birdies per round more than the 18 handicap.
Correct.
Well, I would want to say like 3 or 4 more, but it's going to be like 0.8 or something, isn't it?
It's 1.8. Wow. It's not about...
It's damage limitation.
That's all it is. That is all it is damage limitation. So, and as exciting as it is to strike the ball further and go 300 yards, it really won't make that much of a difference if you are a middle-of-the-road handicapper. The only thing you need to do is make your game more boring.
Wow.
And that will do it.
So our sort of moral from today's episode as we start to get towards the end of the first episode.
I'm sad as well, guys.
Well, the moral is be boring and succeed. Right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Be boring and succeed. It's what Faldo did, isn't it? That was the Faldo way. That's famously.
I played golf with a guy who was so boring, but was
Thanks, mate. I thought it'd be nice to start a podcast together.
You.
Stop it.
Oh. This old guy, right?
Thanks, mate. Yeah,
right
also
here. You. It's another you. And he didn't strike the ball at all well. I outdrove him, but it was... I remember we were coming up the 16th, and I was like, oh, how are you scoring? He's like, oh, yeah, I'm all right. He's like, oh, I'm 1 over. It's like, and you never would have known. And it was so boring, but it works.
Yeah.
So next week on the podcast, return next week for guests, your friend and mine, Tom Rosenthal.
I've always thought that's what this podcast needs, a third Tom.
Yes.
We haven't got enough here. We should get another one. So Tom Rosenthal, the brilliant comedian and actor, is going to be joining us here at Pitch. Also, he's going to be playing our new 5-ball challenge, which is going to be a YouTube video.
Yes.
Available next week. Make sure you check that out. As ever, do get in touch with us. You can befriend us over on the MyEG.
I'm eating ice. Sorry. I'm done now.
Well, what he does, like athletes, after they've done something athletic, they give themselves an ice bath. Because his athleticism is his tongue and his jaw for talking. So this is the ice bath for the tongue.
That's really funny.
That's good stuff.
Really
you can tell I'm doing stand-up.
Yeah, that's really funny.
So friend us on MyEG, and then we can go over your card. We haven't done one today. We haven't had time.
Yes, no time.
We'll do that next week.
Yes.
So Tom Price, Tom Green, both members at Muswell Hill. Find us, friend us, and we'll pour over your card, and then do some lovely golf bants with you next week.
The place to get us is Golf is Ruining My Life on YouTube. All the videos will be on there, including extra content that you don't hear on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So if you listen to the podcast every single week and you're like, there's just not enough here.
No.
Go to our YouTube. There's a few videos on there that you won't have ever seen or heard.
Yeah.
We've got an Instagram now, Golf is Ruining My Life. Twitter, Golf Ruined Life. Just head to the YouTube. All the links will be there. And we'll be back next week for another episode with a guest, Tom Rosenthal. Yeah. And was there something else? Oh, Masters Preview.
Oh, it's that time of the year. Can I give a big shout out to my friend Jimmy, who was asked to go to a massive family reunion. All wings of the Jimmy family, the McGee clan, gathering for a big birthday while the Masters was on. Emailed them back. Sorry, guys, I'm not available that weekend because I'm going to be watching the Masters all weekend. So if you are that kind of level of Masters fan, which is correct because it's the best sporting event of the year, you're going to love the next episode of Golf is Ruining My Life when we talk all things Masters.
It's another episode of Golf is Ruining My Life. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye, all the best.